is really happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Chaos Theory video. In today's video, as the spoiler-free weekend has finally come to a close, we'll be openly discussing that ending. Of course, there are some obvious spoilers in this video for the ending of Chaos Theory Season 1. So if you haven't watched the show already, click off this video right now. And if you're here in the first place and you haven't watched the show already, why? You saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, and you still want to watch the video? Okay, anyways, yeah. The ending of Chaos Theory Season 1 left us on a cliffhanger, so understandably, we're going to be exploring where this story is taking us next as the campers are leaving America and Brooklyn is revealed to still be alive. The first season of Chaos Theory allowed us a chance to explore the new world of Jurassic that was set up from Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, and this was exactly what Dominion was set out to do. The target of 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year is still on, with just over 30,000 more to go. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want more content from the Jurassic franchise. Today's like goal is 2,000 likes, so why not also like the video as well if you're excited to learn more. But we've got a lot to explain and talk about in this video, so once you're ready and excited to learn more about the ending of Chaos Theory Season 1, then make sure you're sat back, relaxed and enjoying your G Fuel after using code SWERVE, as it's time to understand the ending of Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 1. So where did the ending of this show leave us? Well, basically, we had two kind of endings here. We had one where it kind of focused mainly on Darius, Ben, Kenji, Sam and Yasmina, where we see these people, they're still being hunted. You know, they're young adults now. You know, they can do anything. They're independent. They don't have to rely about going back to their parents. But these guys are still being hunted. You know, sure, they're alive right now. But as Darius said, do they really want to go back and chance it? They have the option. You know, they can go back to their, their rescue homes and stay there and, possibly survive. Who knows? Or they can go and try and start a new life, which I think is what they're trying to do here. We see the campers get onto that boat right at the end of the show, and that boat has obviously dinosaurs on it, and it's leaving mainland America, and it's presumably on the west coast as well. Therefore, it's going probably towards the Pacific Islands, and also Japan, China, and all of that area as well. Now, one theory that's literally just popped up in my head, quite literally this minute, is that Jurassic 7 is confirmed to be filming in Thailand. Now, Thailand is in that area where the campers are going to, so maybe they're going to Thailand and it will set up the next movie. Who knows, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the case. So yeah, their story was kind of left a very open book and that was practically it. But what was the other story that kind of, started, not ended, but started? Turns out Brooklyn is still alive. Yeah, I know, who would have thought that? Oh boy, I'm so happy that my theories come true when I speculate about them. But yeah, it turns out that Brooklyn is in fact alive, and she's actually in contact with Ronnie as well, the DPW worker who really, takes to Darius and really enjoys Darius's company. So it is just interesting how long they were in communications for, and whether or not Ronnie knows that this is Brooklyn. This could be, somebody else that she might think she's talking to. But yeah, it seems like Brooklyn is very invested in the Dark Jurassic website, which Ben introduced her to, which we also saw in a flashback as well. So it's clear that she's really delving deep into this dark side of this world now. And, she's had a really weird character change. And she was my favourite character in Camp Cretaceous, but I'm not too sure if she's going to be that for Chaos Theory. We're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, it seems like she's got a whole new character arc going on. And why didn't she say that she was alive to the campers? There's loads of questions to be asked here. So firstly, let's try to begin to explain both of these endings. The first one, when it comes to the campers. Well, we're actually left with Bumpy having an egg, which we assume to be the baby Ankylosaurus that we've been speculating for a long time now. And that egg was being looked after by Mateo. We obviously didn't see that, but he gave his word to Ben when Ben requested it. And Mateo is left on the dock trying to get the rest of those dinosaurs to somewhere safe. And we kind of see that when we kind of blend into the Ronnie and Brooklyn transition. We can see a photo right there where the dinosaurs are kind of being escorted back into their containers there, and I assume that's from Mateo's work. But furthermore, we see the campers do sneak onto the boats. Now, of course, they've snuck onto the boat for a reason. They don't want to stay on America. They don't want to, potentially try and live to 25. They want to try and live their whole lives. So you know, we see that the raptor lady, the creepy raptor lady, oh boy, she gives me the chills still. But we kind of see her just evacuate the premises, same with the Atrociraptors. So it is clear that whoever she is getting her orders from to try and kill these campers, then she's still out there. The Atrociraptors are still out there. So it is evident to see that that story is still going on. People still want to see these campers dead for some reason, and we still need to work out why. But with the campers now leaving mainland America, potentially off screen, maybe this creepy raptor lady actually saw them get onto the boat and maybe notified these people, or whoever she's working for, maybe Biosyn, that's my speculation, that these campers are on their way to another country. Now, we don't know what country that is. In a very recent interview of mine with Scott Creamer and Aaron Hammersley, the two executive producers on Jurassic World Chaos Theory, they confirmed to me that Jurassic World Chaos Theory does in fact take place before Dominion, and is in the months leading up to it. So there is a chance here, albeit a very slim one, that these campers are going to Malta. Yeah, Malta, where Jurassic World Dominion took place. Why do I think that? Well, in Camp Cretaceous Season 3, they were able to tie in the prologue to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Season 3 together, and we kind of get to see that scene from a different perspective. I assume that they probably want to do something similar like that because the fans absolutely adored that scene. They say it's probably some of the best scenes that they've seen from the franchise. So maybe they'll be doing the same thing here. Maybe they'll be tying in Jurassic World Dominion and Chaos Theory together to take place at the very same time. So there's a chance here that maybe the raptor lady has seen that the campers are leaving, she knows the boat is going to Malta, she ships out these Atrociraptors to go to Malta, initially to maybe capture these campers, but then end up killing Owen and Claire as well, or trying to kill them in Dominion. That's just a really loose theory on my end. I'll probably make a new video about that regarding that sometime relatively soon, but at the same time, you know, there are other countries that Darius did mention. Netherlands, I think there was one other one, and then also Saudi Arabia. The Atrociraptors were initially supposed to go to Riyadh, which is in Saudi Arabia, as we got confirmed in Jurassic World Dominion. So maybe the campers are entering Saudi Arabia. Don't entirely know, but there are a few countries on this list here that's growing. Malta, Saudi Arabia, Netherlands, and literally anywhere on the east coast of the world, which would be places like Thailand, China, Japan, Vietnam, all of these places, maybe even Australia. But it is clear that we aren't going to stay in America for long, and I'm very excited to see what happens in Season 2. Now we need to explain the second ending. Where is Brooklyn? I'll be honest, I have no clue. I have no clue. She could be in America, she could be in Saudi Arabia, she could be in Netherlands, she could be anywhere literally. And I think considering that it was daytime when Ronnie was messaging her, and it was nighttime for Brooklyn, supposedly, you know, she could have just been in a very poorly lit room, but let's assume that it was nighttime for her. It's clear that the time difference there is a lot, so she is somewhere else in the world compared to Ronnie, who we know is in California, very similar to the campers. So let's say a time difference of about 8 hours, depending on what time of the day Ronnie's scene took place in. Now, one thing I do want to clock on here, I am aware that it is technically part of the article where Cabrera was confirmed killed. However, in that article, we see the Burj Khalifa, which is Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, which I think is actually pretty cool because I think this is the first ever time we get acknowledgement that, you know, a place like Dubai exists. You know, the tallest building in the world exists in this universe, which is very, very cool. And there is a chance that maybe they're exploring the Middle East in Season 2. We have mentions of Riyadh in Jurassic World Dominion, we have mentions of Saudi Arabia in Chaos Theory, and we actually see the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. So there's a very strong case here that some part of Camp Cretaceous Season 2 might be taking place somewhere in the Middle East. And of course, the more city type of built up countries that we have in the Middle East are UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and I believe also Bahrain as well. So there are plenty of, you know, cityscape countries in the Middle East that we can explore and to feature these dinosaurs even more. But, you know, I just want to know how this storyline between the Atrociraptors initially supposed to go to Saudi Arabia but ended up in Malta. I want to know what happens there as well. But yeah, so where's Brooklyn? I don't know. She could be anywhere of the sort. But we also need to think, why did she decide not to speak to the campers? Like, she's alive. She literally has a photo of the campers right there as well. So why has she decided to go under the radar and turn a blind eye on everything going on? She's clearly still in her really weird state, cutting her hair even worse than the ending of Season 5. She's lost her arm, or the majority of her arm. So that's obviously going to be very traumatic for her as well. So it just, you know, it makes you think, like, why has she not done any of this? And that's because I believe that she's actually working for somebody and she's working under the radar. She's keeping tracks of people like Darius and Ben, who are very high profile characters in this world now, and she doesn't really want them to get hurt, but she is still involved in illegally selling dinosaurs across the globe, aka working for Biosyn. We'll get into a bigger theory regarding that because my mind is going everywhere for that story. But I believe that she kind of stayed away from the campers because she doesn't want them to get hurt in some way, you know? And now that she knows that these campers are possibly leaving the mainland, she probably knows that they're going to get very invested and their storylines are going to intersect in some manner in season 2. That's on my bingo card for sure. So yeah, I do believe that Brooklyn might be actually working for Biosyn and selling these dinosaurs across the globe, but also maybe independently as well, considering how invested she is on Dark Jurassic. And another crazy theory I've come up with quite recently is, so we know that Ben has a girlfriend and he mentions his girlfriend I think about 3 times throughout the series. So, you know, he's somewhat heavily invested with her, but he does say it's long distance and she lives in Europe. So, you know, typically with long distance relationships, if you haven't really met them or had a phone call with them, which we assume Ben hasn't, we don't really know if they're too legit. And I know there's a common joke saying, oh, my girlfriend's from Canada if you live in America. I know that joke happens because I've watched like things like How I Met Your Mother and Modern Family and all of that type of stuff. So what if, and I mean this with a very what if Brooklyn is actually Ben's girlfriend and she's just kind of using him to keep tracks on what's going on? In my opinion, I think that works out very well, and again, that's another theory video that I'll get into somewhere later down the line, so make sure you're subscribed for that. But that's pretty much it really. Like, we've got 2 storylines here that are undoubtedly going to intersect in season 2 of Chaos Theory. And the ending, whilst it is quite self-explanatory, has a lot more to it than you initially thought. And the more I looked into it, the more I speculated and thought to myself, yeah, season 2 actually has potential to be incredible, just as good as the first season. So there we have it. Whilst we don't know exactly where Chaos Theory season 2 might be going just yet, we do have plenty of reason to theorize that these 2 storylines are set to meet and that the campers are most likely going to Malta to show the events of the Malta black market just before the Jurassic World Dominion movie begins. But I'm interested in what you guys think and where you think the story of Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2 is going to go. We have some exciting times ahead of us as we approach Jurassic June. I am sure we'll learn more about Jurassic 7 and Chaos Theory Season 2 next month, so be sure you're subscribed to the channel for more Jurassic related content here on YouTube. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed as well, but most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.